Hey everybody, welcome back inside another exciting episode of the Stash Report from the Stash Project. Today is March 11th, 2019, and we have a little show for you today. Not a whole heck of a lot has come out, obviously being the first week of the month, but we did get the announcements for Hasegawa's reissues and releases for the month of May, and there are like 4 or 5 kits that have come in. So, to plow through this in a relatively quick format, because we don't really need to take all day to do this, Hasegawa's May releases are going to be a reissue of their Denso Toyota 88C that ran the 1989 24 Hours of Le Mans. That kit has been reissued before, and it's like coming back with the series that Hasegawa is reissuing like every single race car kit that they make. Probably about a year and a half ago now, so it's just a restock reissue. Also, in the similar vein, is a reissue of their Kenwood liveried Kremer 962C. So that kit will be making a comeback. Also being reissued, the 1993 season Toyota Celica Turbo 4-wheel drive, the winning car for the Monte Carlo Rally. The Esso Lancia Super Delta in the 1993 ECR, I believe it's pronounced Piancavallo, or maybe Convio. I'm not sure what the Italian is on that with the 2 L's, like Spanish, or it's Convallo. But be that as it may, that is a winning winning rally car as well, as far as the car itself. The Esso ones are the fun ones where they're black with the gold stripes. For anybody who's been paying attention, Deco is planning to do the Team Griffon Esso liveried car for the Lancia Super Delta, the S4. There is also a set of it for the 037, I believe it is, which again is a black car with gold stripes. So if you wanted to build basically the series of Lancias from the 037 through the S4 into the Deltas, which of course came after Group B was disbanded basically, that possibility will exist again with the Piancavallo rally kit coming back. And then last but not least, a reissue of their 1/24th scale, so we're still got a few more left, Suntory liveried West Lola, or it should be Suntory West liveried Lola T9050. From the box art, it does look like you're going to get the West logos, and of course there's a cigarette livery, so once again, no real rhyme or reason as to why we get certain things, and that would be a 1990 season All Japan Formula 3000 car. So that would be your announcements for May. And then we have the kits. So let's take a real quick look at this. One domestic release is out already this month, and that is going to be, obviously a round 2 kit. And then we have a couple of reissues overseas. So that first kit, that domestic, is going to be the AMT Ford C600 City Delivery with the Tromobile Todco delivery box. It's a Tromobile box, and then Todco makes the door and the lift gate in the back, which of course work in this setting. This is the truck, the kit is what the word I was looking for there, with the Hostess livery added to it. So the eBay seller who is doing this did not include a bottom of the box picture, which would have a picture of the actual decal sheet. So I'm still not exactly sure what all encompasses this decal sheet, but you gotta have a period 1960s, 70s Hostess vibe to the box art livery. Pretty much, it's a straight reissue of the C600 with the Tromobile thing. It's a reissue basically. I mean, I realize I just said reissue like 3 times, but just for clarity's sake, there's nothing new about this other than the decals. There's every now and then I see online people like, well, they'll fix this or they'll fix that. No, they're not gonna fix anything. They're just gonna reissue the kit, and that's what round 2 basically has been doing, except for some of the really old stuff where you might get a retool of this, retool of that. But this just exists as it is. As Scott pointed out in the last video, yes, the Louisville version of this has been reissued relatively recently in the Coca-Cola livery. I completely had blanked that out because there becomes a point in time when you're doing this, you've seen so many Coca-Cola liveried AMT kits that you start forgetting what it is. You just start assuming that everything had a Coca-Cola livery. Mine, now that I'm actually home to see it, is again one of the RC2 era kits. It's a sort of a I don't know, aquish, grayish cab with a white box on the back. But I guess that kit doesn't need to be reissued then because it already has been. So anyway, if you're interested in the C600, like I said, I'd be interested to buy it in this configuration. Not so much for the Hostess livery, just to have the box truck, because I believe the C600 has been reissued just as the tractor. It looked like because I was going through kits and release dates on that the tractor seems to have been reissued in a retro box art box. So the delivery trucks, like I said, for me are one of those obscurity. I'm going to build a diorama of a car dealership one day thing, and it's a parts hustler kind of truck. Obviously, much larger parts than like a pickup truck, not a shop truck, but a parts delivery truck. So then we go overseas for 4 releases here. I'll go to Aoshima real quick because these are just restocks. Restock of the Fairlady Z Aero Custom. We've talked about this kit all the time because it seems to get reissued every 6 months, so that's back out. And then a reissue of this right here, which is the 1992 Nissan Cedric Gloria twin cam turbo Gran Turismo Ultima, which is the Y32 version of the Cedric Glorias. These kits pretty much are basically the exact same kit. The only difference is the front bumpers and the grille, specifically the grille itself. The headlight areas are the same, but the grills are different, and then the taillights are different. So this is one body and some parts to build either way. It's not one of the 2-body kits. So that's back, and then over at Aoshima, I should say, we have 2 of the reissues of some of their 124 scale F1 cars and Formula 3000. So first up is the 1993 Japanese Grand Prix version of the Tyrrell 021. You'll notice that the picture there is all blurry and out of focus to try to keep you from noticing that there is a cabin livery involved here. The decal sheet for this looks pretty much just like the other decal sheet for the other Tyrrell 021 that got reissued a few months ago at this point. In the sense that it still has the fake cabin livery with the separate A and B to put into it to turn it into the tobacco livery. So technically speaking, tobacco livery is included here. You're not going to have to go searching out extra decals for it. And then the other release is the Speedstar Dunlop Lola T9050, which of course is another 1990 season All Japan Formula 3000 kit. This one, technically speaking, a Hasami Motorsports car, although not technically, because Mr. Hasami, or Hasami-san, did not actually start his own team until after he had finished his driving career. So this would be a vehicle that he drove in open wheel back in 1990. So those are the releases. That is the news. And like I said, guys, it wasn't going to be a really long show because there's not really a whole heck of a lot going on at the moment. We're still just sort of idling through this month. We talked about it not last video, but the compilation video for March. This is, of course, a slower month, just from the basis of the fact that a lot of places had their factories and things not so much shut down, but idled for at least that week of Chinese New Year. So anyway, we will keep you abreast of all the coming things, because that's what we do here. Basically, I was trying to say something there, lost my train of thought, and just blabbered that out instead because it sounded good in my head. So there you go. Anyway, guys, we'll see you on the other side.